Okay, I'm feeling better from that last one. So I apologize for outbursting the way that I did. I was very stressed. I still am. But I'm doing a little better right now. Ironically, that I was planning on talking about this 2 days ago, and then all of this happening and just like totally blowing up in my face. Just kind of, I don't know. This right now this is nice, so I'm okay with this. I mentioned in the last video very briefly that my dad had a Toyota Camry. It was a 97 or 96 or something like that Toyota Camry, and that was going to be my car. What happened to that was that when I was in 9th grade, so this was about like 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, it will be 4 in January, we were going to get dinner. My dad taught my church class. We were going to get dinner, and then we were going to go to church, and we were having, a good time, good conversation, and then all of a sudden, bam, we jerked forward, and I was flipping out, because I didn't know what was going on, and a truck, a big-ass old Nissan truck, hit the car behind us, and that car wedged underneath ours, destroyed the bottom of our car, because my dad, instead of letting us go with the crash, he slammed on the brakes. So if you ever get in a situation like that where somebody hits you from behind, never slam on the brakes. Ever. Because that means that the car is going to wedge underneath yours, and it's just going to be hell, and you won't be able to get it repaired. And then you'll have to get a new car. So if you ever get in an accident like that, never, ever slam on your brakes. Kind of like with the rule with skidding on the road, like during ice or whatever. My hair's doing weird stuff right now. Because you're supposed to drive into the skid or something like that. You kind of do the same thing with this. God, what is with my hair? I'm just looking at it right now. I didn't really prepare this before I started, so I totally apologize for my messy, fucked up hair. So right now I don't really give a shit. Yes, I do. It looks really bad, but fuck it. Right now, I'm focusing on this. Focus, Zoe, focus. I always had a problem with focusing. So yeah, the truck ran off. It was a hit and run. Funny thing is that the truck, when it hit the other car and then it forcefully made a U-turn and dashed the other direction, the license plate came off. Even funnier is that the license, those stupid little borders people have over their license plate? Yeah, the border for the license plate came off, and it was the dealership that he got the car from. So not only did we have the dealership number, we also had the license plate number. So we were able to get information on this guy really quickly, and they found him in about an hour or two. We didn't go to class that night, in case you were wondering, so I never know what we learned. Okay, that sentence didn't make any sense, but you get the point. But yeah, I was freaking out. It was we were totally fine. We weren't, rear-ended or wedged underneath a car. A car was wedged underneath us, and we were both in the front seat, so it's not like I felt any of the impact. I felt us jolting forward, but that's it. That was my first accident that I wasn't driving, but it was still my first car accident I've ever been in. And it was pretty scary, really, really scary. And I never really thought much about it, besides the fact that it was really scary, until my junior year. I was going to class, and it was a weird day, too. There was an article in the school newspaper about, kids getting into car crashes, and, me being the 16-year-old god that I was. Hello? Oh, I had a heart attack. Me being the 16-year-old god that I was, I thought that, I could rule the world and nothing bad was going to happen to me. And going to church, I was rocking out. I could tell you what song I was rocking out to on the way to. It was Boys Like Girls, The Great Escape. That's a good song. That's a good song to rock out to. And I came to this intersection, and it's one of those intersections where it's like there's a green light here, and there's a green light here, and then traffic's going this way, and then traffic's going that way, and there's like a big old gap in between. You know what I'm talking about? I saw the second light. I didn't see my light, though. The second light was green, my light was red, and I'm speeding through the intersection already as it is, but a big-ass old SUV, all I hear is honking. I hear honking to my left, and then bam, bam, and I'm freaking out, and my car spins around. And it didn't hit me. Ironically, had I been going the speed limit, it would have hit me, and it would have been much more serious, because if you had seen the dent in my car, it literally pushed it. I drove a Volvo, so it was a fairly safe car, but the shock that if it had hit my door, I could have been in the hospital that night. Gladly, I wasn't. I was actually able to drive off. I got the other car better, though. It was a big-ass SUV, too, but when it hit me, it busted its radiator cap, so it had to be towed off. I was like, yeah, that's right. This motherfucker's gonna be able to drive home. Yeah, boy. And then even luckier is that the person that hit me was a 16-year-old kid that went to Clark, or one of the local high schools. I went to the senior high school. She was a sophomore, and so it's not like she could sue me for anything. And then her family had never been in a car accident before. I'm like, yeah, son, I'm not gonna get sued. All right. That wasn't going through my mind at the time. My mind at the time was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I called my mom in tears. I was like, Mom, I just got in a car wreck. And I was trying to do every time I get in a car wreck is that I tear up because I'm like freaking emotional. It's crazy. And that was very scary. It was very scary. I got a call from my best friend. She also, I helped teach a church class, which is why I was going to church on a Wednesday night. And my friend Katie also taught one, and she was like, where are you? I've been waiting for him. Like, yeah, you see the police lights across the street? And she's like, yeah, well, I'm over there. That's me. I just got hit. And she's freaking out, oh my god! And so she, like, literally ran across the fucking street to be with me. I'm like, God, this is why she's my best friend. Because if I were getting a fucking car wreck, I know she's gonna run to get there. And to save to be with my little ass, because I needed somebody to calm me down, and Katie was there. Then my mom showed up in her PJs and her fucking Suburban that I've already ranted about. But that affected me so badly that I still have nightmares about it. Well, I mean, I'm laughing about it now, just because I was absolutely absurd in this situation, but it was a really, really scary thing. I mean, anytime you get hit by a car, it's pretty scary, because literally your life flashes before your eyes. Like, even though mine was not fatal, it could have been. And just constantly thinking about what could have been, eats you alive. And it ate me alive. Absolutely ate me alive. Because I was just like, oh my god, I could have died. If I had been going the speed limit, I could have died. If I hadn't been listening to this song, I couldn't have died. I didn't listen to Boys Like Girls for like months because I was deathly terrified of that song. Even though it's one of my favorite songs ever. Just because I love it. And it's really scary to be in a situation like that. So, today, just going through all the shit with my other stuff, I had 3 really bad nightmares in the last 3 hours. I took a nap when we got back from the mechanic, and I had 3 really bad car wreck nightmares. And my nightmares really consist of just me driving, and then all of a sudden getting sideswiped, or all of a sudden just getting hit, or all of a sudden having this dream where I'm driving, and then my car suddenly flips over, and it bursts into flames. I wrote a short story on Tumblr, just a really small snippet. It wasn't even a short story, it was just like a slither of a chapter of something very condensed. It was about a car crash. A speeding car crash. That is what I'm terrified. I love driving. If I could just have the discipline to do it, I'd be a race car driver. And that shit is the only thing that is holding me back. Is one of the technical shit, because I don't know how to put together a fucking car. I can fucking drive one. I can tell you how to fucking drive one. I can't do those fucking video games because, you know, you can't feel the control of the car when you're on a fucking Xbox controller. You just can't. That's just me. But I can drive a car. I could race a car. But I'm terrified of just, you know, all the little what ifs. You know, what if that car turns quicker than I do in this turn? And it clips me, and I'm spinning out of control, and I'm slammed in between a wall, and my ignition catches on fire. I mean, that's what the chapter was about. But it was just, they don't really happen all that often, unless I'm under extreme amount of pressure, extreme amount of stress. When I got my speeding ticket, I had a nightmare the night before, and then a nightmare that night. And they've been getting more frequent, and it's just really, really starting to freak me out, because I'm afraid that I'm going to get, like, a heart attack in the middle of the night, and it's just, like, it's really scary. It's really, really scary to go through a car wreck, and then just not being able to shake that off. That happened 2 years ago, and I'm still not able to, like, fully, you know, accept that was fucking scary as fuck, and just... shouldn't mess with you. God, I'm really hungry. But I just, it's just be really careful when you drive, because you don't know what kind of idiots are out there. You don't know how many me's there are that's not going to be paying attention, who's going to be paying attention to the wrong light and gets hit. You don't know how many idiots there are that is going to see a car in a parking lot and thinking that you're not going to hit it, and then you hit it, and then it's just a whole mess. Or you don't know how many times you're going to get rear-ended by some dude in your American Studies class who thinks that it's just okay for him to walk off of the situation without having to fucking, you know, exchange information and deal with the fact that I need to get a fucking new bumper, and your car, you know, is, you know, pretty as fucking pink, and you don't have to do anything about it. You know, that's just not cool. Some dude did that, in case you were wondering. But it's just... It's scary to go through car wrecks, and if you can avoid them in any situation, just be really careful out there. If there is somebody that is driving recklessly around you, slow down. You may be in a hurry, I know, but you need to slow the fuck down, because, you know, better him than you. Better him than you. In that situation, better him than you. No, you don't want to try and beat him to the light or anything. You just rather him stroll into the I don't wish bad luck on people, but I'm just saying, if he was in a situation, we'd rather be him or you. You know, he's the one driving recklessly. Because I was driving recklessly that night. I deserve to get hit. I mean, I don't deserve to have fucking nightmares every fucking night, but just, I don't want you guys getting in, you know, some crazy ass situation like that. So just be really careful. So that is my little backstory on my driving record. I'm actually a really safe driver when I'm with people. When I'm not with people is when I get in my car wrecks. That's when they get bad, is when I'm with people. So I just needed to talk about that just because it needed to be talked about in my head. So thank you for listening. I apologize once again for my last video. Thank you guys for being patient with that. I don't know when the next time I will see you, so just kind of probably next week, maybe next Monday, and maybe next Wednesday as well. I don't really know. But I'll have my people contact your people. We can probably work it out. So have a safe night. Be careful. You know, it's the holidays. People are gonna be driving like shit out there. So just better them than you. You know, I'd rather have a plain old mom driving recklessly than me attempting to drive with a plain old mom. So just be safe, guys. Love you. And I will see you all sometime. And I apologize once again for that last video. And thank you guys so much for all the support for my last 2 ones. Not the last one, but the 2 ones that I did on Monday. You know, you guys have been really supportive, and I really appreciate that. So if you haven't checked them out, you know, totally check them out. Some heavy stuff in there, but I recommend it. So, well, I recommend it. It's my video. But, you know, just be careful. Be careful, guys. I care about you guys. So, love you.